Let me see. Hello, beautiful people. I'm very glad and very happy to start this video talking about the 6-2 with my dear brother Tom Pfeffer here, 6-2 manifesting generator. I'm a 6-2 generator. And hi, Tom. I hope you're doing well today.
I'm doing exceptionally well, Brother Ben. Look who I'm sitting by.
I know, right?
I'm doing very well.
We wanted to do this video, the two of us, mostly to talk about you know, what are we doing in the hub, and also I wrote a couple of things, but really the role of the 6-2 for 2027, and how can we support all those 6 line, you know, all around the world that are kind of going crazy at the moment. Yes. You know, they are going nuts because they don't know what's happening.
They think
for them.
They think something's wrong with them.
So exactly, you know, if we can share something, if you have something to say about that.
Of course. Well, my first thing to say about that is we have put that information on the hub, and I would certainly like to direct every 6, anybody has a 6 in their profile, and as well as people who have 3s in their profile, because that's a part of the process as well. But the 6-2s are going to be the first over the hill. Certainly we will not be the only over the hill, but we'll be the first over the hill, so we're going to meet all the resistance, and that's what's going on with people, 6-2s right now. I know so many of them, they just think they're going crazy. They think the world's upside down, which it is. But they're very cognizant of it now because you can't avoid it. You know, that's what's coming, and we're starting to resonate with it. Okay, I was told that 7 years before the shift, where we're in the 2nd year of those 7 years, the 6-2s were going to become very happy with where things are going, or very uncomfortable with where things are going, because it's just going to be so different from anything that we've experienced, and all the things that we've had as foundations. It's cracking. It's falling apart. The whole tribal bargain, the marriages, you know, divorce is going through the roof, and everybody thinks there's something wrong with them because they can't do all that. You know, these are old promises.
And that's also like all of those things never really have been resonating with the 6 line anyway. We're not really part of that. That's why a lot of us have the feeling that we were not born at the right time, correct?
Correct. We're not living in our time, and we will be living in our time. So I've said so many times to 6 line beings, conscious or unconscious, I said, if you're going through what you might consider to be hell now, count yourself amongst the blessed. Number 1, it's not hell. Hell does not exist. But number 2, you're going to be prepared for what is coming, which is going to appear to be hellish to those that this isn't the way it used to be. Everybody says they want to get back to normal. Normal's just a setting on the dryer, folks. That ain't going to do nothing for you. This is not about normal. This is about getting back to who we were actually intended to be. This is the whole thrust of human design. Get to know yourself. Love that being. You know, don't try to be anything else. This is not, you know, you're stuck in a movie that you didn't ask to be in, playing a role that's not your role to play. That's where the noisy mind comes from. The mind is measuring the difference between who we are and what we think we are, and it's noisy. So,
and that was really the whole, like the whole heresy from Ra, that was to put this information out. And I remember you saying something that 5th line were the one who brought this information out into the world, but the 6th line are the one who are going to validate.
We're going to carry it into the world. We're going to be the walking, talking, living examples of the shift. We won't be able to be the old 5-1 saying, because I said so. No one's going to listen to that. I borrowed that from Rob. Thank you, Rob.
So is it why we have so much projection on us, or like so much, you know, expectation on us? Like, why it's so hard for us? Because I feel everyone is just watching at me.
2 lives in a projection field, okay? Projection endlessly, not like projectors. Projectors are useful. Projection based upon misperception is not useful at all. How many times have you been told in your lifetime you live in fantasy? And I've heard it over and over again. I said, yeah, I like mine better than yours, okay? But, you know, people are so resistant to change. And we know the only thing that's constant is change. Whereas 6-2s are transitional. So the 6 is very comfortable with what's coming, but the hermit is being projected on. We're being told we're idiots and blah, 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 and all this stuff. Like I said, I spent 28 years of my life getting prepared for something that didn't exist.
It's quite remarkable.
And
I remember you told me something, I was asking to you, and you really, you know, emphasized that this morning when I was like, I feel I feel everyone is just misunderstanding me in a way that they have a false or fake perception of who I am. So like I was like, I feel a burden of being responsible the way they see me, but no, we are not responsible the way people see us in their own mind, correct?
Unless you can love that actor better than you can love yourself, that ain't going to work. And I don't think that's going to work under any circumstances. And that's why six-line beings right now are under so much pressure, because we are the ones that have to get it and carry it, but we can't tell people. We have to demonstrate it. Okay? That's the role model. It's not do what I say. It's do what you see me doing.
Yeah.
And you know,
could we say in some way that as a 6-2 or like, 4-6 or maybe 3-6, 6-3, mostly 6-line, there's nothing to do for us in a way that we don't need to do anything. We simply have to be and to live our lives according to what's correct for us, and the doing happen anyway because people are going to see us, right?
Exactly. And that's what I would say, and I would add this to it. It's not something we're going to do. It's something we're going to be receptive to and be seen being receptive to that. 6-2s never had a strong need to lead, okay? And a good leader doesn't have a strong need to lead. A good leader is being correct in themselves and happens to look behind and notice that people are following. But it's not like I have to lead. No, I have to be what I am. If you're impressed with that, you can follow, but I'm not going to stop and see if you're following. I'm not going to wait for you. We are being receptive to what is happening to us, what is coming, that is a part of returning us to the plan that we veered away from when we started listening to everybody outside of ourselves. The whole thing about design is to know your authority, to know your strategy, and come from that place. And don't believe us. And they aren't believing us. You know how much resistance we get all the time? But when they see that you and I can sit here and have this calm conversation between two brothers who know how to cooperate, coming more from the heart center than the ego, I need to be better than you, my God's bigger than your God, all that stuff is ridiculous. It's all ridiculous.
That's really something that I want to talk about more as well. And I would love to hear from you guys, if you have any comment, questions, observation, you can always comment below and let us know what's the difficulty that you are going through at the moment, and leave comments, and we would be very happy to check all those comments. But something that you said about, you always say that, and I've been staying with you for now 3 weeks almost,
something like that.
Went
by quick, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I really witnessed that, and you really are a living example of this, and that's amazing to watch. That there's no competition. It's really cooperation instead of competition. And it's, for me, what my takeaway is that it's really coming from a place of being comfortable with yourself, being grounded with yourself, knowing your own worth, not having those insecurity, paranoid, fear, feelings that that basically put everything in one word. It's like, you're not coming from a place of scarcity because you feel whole already. And is it something that we can say that the shift is bringing to us in a way that we're not going to feel, this scarcity consciousness, like lack, poverty, because we feel incomplete or because we feel something is missing with us? That's why there's this competition, right?
So what do you think? Can't ask a better question. You can't ask a better question. The whole, do not make demands of others. It's when you think you got a hole in you, there's something wrong with you. You're looking for someone else to fill that hole, all puns intended, okay? The bottom line is, people who are comfortable, one of the promises design made is you'll get more comfortable in your body. You're more comfortable in your body because you're not swimming against the sludge, trying to control the resistance. You're yielding to it. Fifth hexagram, beautiful. Fifth line, sixth line, joy, the fifth line. And the sixth line, joy waiting, fifth line, joy waiting as an aspect of enlightenment. Now, let's be careful what we do with that enlightenment word, but it lightens you up. You feel more comfortable. And then the sixth line, the fifth line, fifth hexagram, sixth line, yielding, bending to the universal flow and seeing how things work out in unexpected ways. We often say it based upon the other information that we use, that when you have the right attitude, when you have the rightness, when you're whole in yourself, okay, you make no demands of anybody else, and the facts don't matter anyway.
Yeah.
See, so you see how all these beautiful pieces of information are intersecting. Design is a beautiful platform to work with people to get it. You're Homo sapiens intransitus. You're not Homo sapiens anymore. And if you are Homo sapiens, you're what's leaving this world, not what's coming to this world.
So what so amazing answer. I mean, so, and so what can we say about that? You know, because a lot of people are like, oh gosh, I'm the old way. Or, you know, they're kind of freaking out because they're for left, you know, variables, or they are 5-1, or they are first line. Or what about the manifestors, you know, that are, we understand that it's not their way anymore, but they still have a place here. They just need to chill out.
Yes. Over time, there'll be less manifestors. We'll always need them.
Yeah.
They're not imperfect. They serve their role. Thank God. We wouldn't be here if they hadn't served their role, okay? But now it's not about survival. It's about thriving, not surviving, okay? And then the idea of the variable, I say it all the time. These people who have a lot of strategic, they're the ones that are going to be able to communicate the strategic, particularly if they have any one receptive. Anything in them is receptive, okay? And you're going to see that the 4 strategics, there won't be any more of them. And when this new species shows up, the majority of them are going to be overly receptive, if not quad rights. You'll see that it's going to shift because, you know, the dinosaurs, they serve their, you know, their oil now. They serve their purpose. I don't mind walking around in the world not having to compete with Tyrannosaurus Rex. It doesn't bother me a bit.
So it's really nice that you bring that up because a lot of people still don't understand what is this shift, and I think the most important. And please let me know, you know, guys, let us know what you think about the shift. What's your perception? How do you understand? You know, leave comments. But from so far, from what Ross said, it's just normal. It's a global cycle.
That's correct.
And that's the evolution of humanity. So there's nothing to be sad about it, or it's not like a tragedy, it's just a normal evolution of humanity.
And wherever there's mutation, there's heat. Everybody's talking about the heat. Everybody's talking about the shift. People that know nothing about design, they're still feeling the shift. You can go online. There's 50 billion people out saying, we're in a transformative time. There's a shift. We can give a lot of language to that. So can they. From a different perspective. Okay? And then when you add all these perspectives, the points of view together, you actually see what the view is. Well, we've been in competition. Oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I do. My God's bigger than your God. You know, it's nonsense.
It is nonsense. Like, it's the same,
fear-based.
Exactly. And it's not bitching on people who are talking about climate change. But in some way, if you really understand what the mutation is about, climate change, it's not because we're behaving like assholes. It's just, I mean, we do, but
we're contributing to it, but it's happened before. How many times have glaciers covered this whole continent and retreated? This is a cycle of the planet, okay? And we're so inconvenienced, but well, you know.
And even in a bigger picture, it's just a cycle of what the universe is. The structure of the construct of the universe.
It's the universe at work. I mean, The Secret was touching on that. The Jinn, all these things are touching on that. And now they're starting to say, we got to tell them the whole story. You know, this withholding, keeping secrets, what is that? That's one up, one down based upon fear. Okay? Look, I'm not scared of you. You're not scared of me. We're having a great brotherhood here. This is what's coming, folks. This is what's coming, and we both resisted it. I was an arrogant little bastard. You were in the French Special Forces. Bam, bam, you know, all this stuff. Okay, it's the tail end of that. And you know, it gets darkest just before the sun comes up. And,
nice.
That's kind of what we're going
That's a good information. That's really good for people to know that. So another question that I keep having, you know, in the Hub 27 or people that are watching us all the time say, how can we navigate as a 6-2? Like what do we have to do? So my question would be, how can we support 6-2 out there? You know, obviously you guys, you know, should join the Hub. Would you like to join the Hub? You know, you have an invitation for that. But how can we support the 6-2? And maybe could we describe at the best, you know, the phases that we are going through because you're off the roof now, so you have quite of experience, you know, the first phase, the second phase, So what can we tell about all of that?
Well, first thing I want to say is how impressed I am that you just got off the roof weeks ago, okay, a couple of years ago, and you're right here with me. So it's going to happen a lot easier for people now because that's what the universe is bringing. They're yielding to the universal flow to see how things work out in ways you had no idea. You had no idea it was going to be this way. We're the only species on this planet that pays to live on it. You know, that's the monetary value system. Nothing wrong with having what we need, okay? That's beautiful. But at the same time, to turn that into your deity does not necessarily make a good deity, right? And there's a lot of immature, very dangerous people who have a lot of money. So it's not a question of whether you have money. It's a question of how you got it, what you intend to do with it, okay? So we are, in my own humble opinion, already doing. We're just trying to figure out how to do more of it and get more people to be a part of it. Folks, if you had any idea, I could have become a brain surgeon based upon, not that I wanted to be, thank God I didn't, but I could have based upon the amount of money I spent and the amount of time I spent getting this information. Now it's being basically given to you. You know, what is it, $14, $15 a month to have access to all this information? Man, I paid more than that for one class. If you stayed in it for 10 years, you wouldn't have equaled one class. It's so available, and it's supposed to be available. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make this available for as many six-line beings. If you go to the hub and listen to the future of the six-line beings, you're going to hear him say it. I'm as yang as anything you're ever going to see. But it's the old way. No one's going to listen to that anymore. They're going to want to see people that are actually demonstrating, showing that they can walk the talk. You talk one thing and walk another thing, the biggest insult that can ever give a sixth-line being you'll be deserving of. It's called a hypocrite. So, truth of the matter is, they don't have a choice. Did you have a choice? I didn't have a choice.
Exactly.
We don't have a choice. That's why, you know, Barefoot Bob, the guy in Ibiza, stop, no choice. That's where the stop sign came from. Okay, we have a choice, but you better make the right choice. I mean, you know, that's what human design's all about, learning how to make choices correctly as yourself. So based upon your type and your strategy and your authority, and try to let go of the conditioning. The past is the past. It's over.
That's why we have all those classes in the hub that are accessible. Like that's why we're doing transit every Sunday. It's casual Sunday with everyone, and we talk about it and we try to support. So I guess in some way we could say that the truth is we don't really know. We don't really know what's coming. We're not really sure how we can
hasn't happened
people.
Yet.
Yeah, exactly.
What we know has happened.
Exactly. So the best way maybe to support all those 6-line and those 6-2 out there, it's simply maybe my advice, you know, be mindful who you are traveling with, you know, who you are living with and who is in your life, and we will be attracted to our fractal line anyway. So we will find the right people anyway, right?
Exactly. You know, we were born into families, and it was generally random selection. You know, oh, you're a redhead. I like redheads. Let's have 14 kids. That's not the way it's going to be. Imagine relationships by design, where there's harmony. What will harmony produce? More resonance and harmony. You know, dissonance will produce more dissonance. So it's not like anything's been wrong. It served its time. It's time for something else. So for us to say, you know, the best answer I can give you to most any question you ask me, I don't know. But I'm open to finding out. And that's the secret to relieving yourself of having to know or even think that you know. And then you got to hold all that up with toothpicks.
And that's a really, really good observation and comment that we can tell 6-2 on how they can how they can support themselves. It's just by being passive and receptive and being willing. It's the second basic, guys, that, you know, I'm sharing with you, the teachability index. Are you willing to accept change and your willingness to learn? And that's the willingness of simply being here, receptive, and saying, I don't know. And I'm willing to figure it out. I'm willing to see what's coming. And that's also, you know, this burden that is under 6-line shoulders. When I hear that all the time. Oh, I need to be a role model. I need to be an example for the world. I'm like, no, chill out. Just be your own role model. Just be your example.
Be correct in yourself, and everything else will take care of itself. This idea that it's something that we're going to do. We have a creative prerogative. We have a
Yeah.
creative potential, but we did
Yeah.
not create ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and so to align ourselves with that creative force, and what is that other than an extension of love?
Yeah.
All this fear has, you can't have fear and love in the same place any more than you can have light and dark in the same place. That's the duality.
And that's the big shift. That is when we turn 30, right? We have a big transition with the like,
Saturn return.
Yeah, leaving the pessimism.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, a lot of us are really pessimists.
And I tell them it's a beautiful word.
Yeah.
It's an intelligent response to the fact that so much you were told doesn't work.
Exactly.
That you're actually saying, I tried it, it didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
So what could we say to those people who are turning? I mean, I'm 33 now, and I'm still sometimes a little bit bitter and pessimist, from my first 30
But you're
years.
aware of it.
But I'm aware of it.
You're
But
aware
it
of
took
why.
me. I mean, it was hard because it took me a couple of years to really let go on that.
It does.
People are freaking out.
It
They
takes
are
a while.
like, and a lot of us were struggling before 30, not really knowing what to do, the career, money, being broke, and relationship, and
I was doing that 38 years ago.
yeah.
I said, what is this all about? And born across the migration, I said, I can't have a life here.
Yeah.
Because I would ask people, why is it that way? I said, because that's the way it is.
Yeah.
I can see that that's the way it is for you because that's what you buy, but I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
You can't sell that junk to
We
me.
don't buy shit,
No,
right?
I don't buy it.
I remember my friend Alexandra. She was saying like, it's like we have a filter of bullshit. People can't bullshit us. Why so?
I was raised Catholic. I was in a Catholic high school, and I was told by a nun, I'm going to go to hell because I was born of my mother. I said, you don't know a goddamn thing about my mother. Sorry, God, but I know your last name's not damn. It's not about that, but I just wanted to get her. And she said, you're going to go to hell. I said, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
No. Women are so beautiful. They are so receptive,
Yeah.
They, to some degree, have been forced into that, but that's actually to their benefit more than their detriment. They'll get over all that, okay? Yeah. But the bottom line is, fear is not going to get us where we're going.
And that doesn't work with 6-2.
Doesn't work.
They can't bullshit us.
They can't bullshit
We
us.
see it.
We got bullshit meters, that can smell bullshit from 1,000 miles away. And I say, okay, well, for you, but not
That's
for
why
me.
a lot of the rest of the hexagrams, they mostly feel judged by us.
They do.
But we just observe.
They do.
We're just observing, and
they do.
And we make objective observation.
They do, and yet to their credit, that 1-3, that 1-4, that 2-4, that 2-5, that 3-5, that 3, that's what holds us up on the roof. We wouldn't have the view without their efforts.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no one up, one down. When we get rid of this idea that, I'm superior and you're inferior. When we get to the idea, no, that's not really, the hipsters were right all along. Peace and love.
Yeah.
And I know that can be turned into a nightmare as well. I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, it's true.
Yeah.
And the truth is not dependent upon being believed by killer monkeys. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
This world is going to be really completely different after 2027. I mean, especially for 6-2, it's going to be.
We're going to love it.
Yeah.
We are going to love it. And it's not that others aren't getting it. They are getting it.
Yeah.
But they're really going to get it when they see beings just like themselves demonstrating that. It's not going to be tell them the way. It's going to be show them the way.
And that's what we're doing.
What we're doing. We're way showing.
We're showing, we're demonstrating in the hub. We're helping everyone to wake up to their own potential.
Yes. When have you ever told somebody asked a stupid question?
Yes.
When have I ever said, Ben, you're wrong,
Yeah. Well, last time I told you, that was a fucking stupid question, Tom. Remember?
I know. And I thank you for the correction. Yeah. But see, this is the thing.
Yeah.
People want to think that they're the first source and center of everything. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. You're in it, but you're not the source of it. So source material from wherever it comes, and you feel it.
Yeah.
6 lines do. Second lines do.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 4s.
Yeah.
They feel it.
Yeah.
They feel it. And everybody feels it. They just feel it their own way.
Yeah. I guess the most maybe valuable things that I would like to share and to say is just to people to relax. To relax and to be.
You can't have peace without peace of mind.
Because there's nothing to do here, right?
There's
we do have dreams and we want to accomplish stuff. But I remember one day you told me what you think you want, you really don't want to have it.
You find that out when you get it.
Yeah. And that was profound. Yeah.
Okay, I really wanted that. That was my goal. And I reached it. And there's something else I want.
Yeah.
There's always something else. That's called human perfection hunger, the desire to be something more tomorrow than you are today.
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference between us and a chimpanzee is nothing in terms of genetics, except for that we're conscious beings and we really want to be something more tomorrow than we are today. A chimpanzee, as long as it's eating, not currently being molested, and having some form of pleasure and can reproduce itself, it's content. When has a human being ever been content upon, oh, I ate today and nothing killed me? And,
exactly. That's, you know, that's why I always say, and you hear me say that all the time in the hub, but the most important is how do we feel at the end of the day? It's like, it's feel. Like you want to feel good now, and it doesn't matter what you do, what you accomplish. So guys, I'm telling you, it's really like about feeling. Is how do you want to feel at the end of the day? And when we look at the body graph, and we look at the evolution of humanity, what do we have? Splenic, ajna, and then solar plexus, feeling.
And here's a man talking about feelings that is splenically defined. It's not, people misunderstand this strategy. It's not that you don't have feelings. It's not that you don't make your decisions there. But the decisions you make are going to bring more feelings. Pay attention to how you feel at the end of the day. You make a good decision, you're going to feel good. You make a decision that wasn't so good, you're not going to feel so good. See?
Yeah.
So, you know,
so at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what we accomplish or what kind of, you know, goals or whatever, if it doesn't really make feel us good. And that's the evolution. When we look at the body graph, it was about survival, then it was about the mind. Is it interesting? Oh, we know how to survive. But today, 2027, it's the mutation is about how do we feel? And we want to feel good.
And how do we want others to feel?
It's like when I'm hearing people, and you know, I'm hearing people, they are like, oh, my God is to win the lottery. Oh, my God is to make $10 million. Oh, my God is to have this big, giant castle and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, it's not. Because if you really dig, it's the feeling behind having those things that you want.
What do you really want that for?
Exactly.
And that's not, you know, like I say, there's nothing wrong with 14 pentagrams, 6 line tells you what it is.
Exactly.
Okay, didn't you realize it was your creator, your maker, whatever you want to call that, whatever is responsible for our existence? Okay, didn't you realize it was his desire, her desire, for you to be successful in the world? Now, success isn't about sucking on excess. Success is having what you need and being content with it. Living simply so that others may simply live. And guess what happens to warfare? Goes away. Guess what happens to, you know, but we can't educate ourselves, we can't eat, you know. But boy, when there's a problem, launching $1 million missiles is just no problem. We seem to have an infinite supply.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And that's one of the things that I really like. And as a member of the Gene organization and my mentor, Kevin Trudeau, you know, he was an ex-Brotherhood member. And you had the chance to listen some of the audios as well, and you know, the courses and classes that we have in this organization. He always say all the time, it's about feel good. And that's something that we have been taught in secret society. And that's the secret, basically, that the elite, they don't want people to know. But it's really about feeling good. And most of the time, we focus simply on feeling good during the day.
And you'll find if you make your decisions correctly as yourself, you're going to feel good. What's that create? Less resistance.
Exactly.
What does resistance cause? Aging. You know, the Germanic word for age is alto, to be tall, to be all that one can be. There's no mention of decrepitude. People get that decrepitude from the constant resistance. You know, put your foot on the brake and put your foot on the gas pedal at the same time and pump them to the floor and see what happens to your car. It's going to blow up. It's what happens to our vehicles. It's what happens to our vehicles. We'll live a lot longer, and it would be worth living a lot longer. Okay, because it's going to be a more comfortable world.
There's something that you know, every time that I'm listening, you talking, and it's a quality of the sixth line is that we have the whole view. We see the whole picture. So it's easy for us to really connect all the dots and everything, and to see the whole picture of everything. And that's something that can really support the 6-2 process, is to just simply be aware that we see the whole process, and it's okay that others cannot see what we see.
We're giving you all the information, and it's not just based upon a monetary need. We're giving you all the information for a much higher vibrational need than I need to gold plate the rims on the fourth car I own that I don't even drive in my $1 million house. Okay? Nothing wrong with all that. If you get that in a high integrity way, it's all fine and dandy. But it's not the ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate goal is to be human.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, first time I heard our species referred to as killer monkeys, I was rather indignant.
With Ra.
Thank you very much, Ra, but speak for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I came to realize at that moment there were 37 wars happening on this planet.
Yeah.
And it's a very sobering thought when you come to think about the second most dangerous thing to one of us is another one of us.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing on this world other than mosquitoes kills more of us than one of us.
Yeah.
So obviously we can do better.
Yeah.
We can have stronger motivations, not fear motivated, love motivated. You know, the whole tribal thing, Martin Grosing was the first person that I heard say this. He said, yes, the tribal bargain, I understand the tribal bargain. He was the 1806, the Buddha, okay? The endless child,
Oh,
right?
I have this one.
Yeah, the 1806, the endless child. He said, yeah, okay, yeah, the bargain, but ultimately it's not about support as much as it's about love, because you won't support that which you don't love when you're awake and aware. And I said, Martin, you have just won the prize for making the most intelligent statement I've heard all day long.
Yeah.
And he's a lovely, lovely, wonderful. He's a homeopath.
Oh,
in Hamburg. I assume he's still there.
Nice. Well, Tom, that was such a.
So much
I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know,
we
so
did.
yeah, if you do have any questions, comments, or observation, you can always, you know, comment below. Thank you for your support. If you feel the call joining us into the hub, you know, the link will be in the description, in the bio. You can always book a session with Tom if you feel you want to work with Tom. He's a manifesting generator emotional 6-2. So, you know, if you want to, Tom, you do counseling, right? And you offer sessions.
Consultants are more my thing. Yeah.
And if you do feel, you know, you want to take class with us, we offer the Living Your Design class, the Rev ABC, the cartography. Yeah, what could we say about that? Because you know, not everybody wants to be an analyst, and that's that's not really what we tend for. We mostly want to share and educate people this knowledge. I know, like a lot of 6 line, we go crazy when we go on the internet, on YouTube, and we see all those people talking about design and then the organization that, you know, try to control the knowledge. They're like, oh, if you don't learn with us, it's not correct. Or so what can we say about all of that? You know,
well, we can say that everybody makes a contribution, and those contributions that were made in the past, well, thank you for them.